So normally we ask the question of, is the box better than your mother's, or what's in the box? Obviously, the Build-A-Figure came in 6 different boxes. So that aggregate of all the boxes together, not better than your mom's. Your mom's box is always going to be better than having to get 5 figures for a Build-A-Figure. But let's skip into the design and see how this thing stacks up. But first, we have to put this bad boy together. Okay. Give me a second, because my room is cold and this is not going to work the way I need it to.
A few moments later.
Okay, so there we have Chode fully assembled. The way I gauge Build-A-Figure is a little bit different than I gauge a regular figure. So first question is, how big are you compared to my favorite Build-A-Figure of all time, Pit? Let's see. And as you can see, even though Chode is fairly large, he is dwarfed by Pit by a lot. In fact, that Pit is not in frame. You only see Pit's teeth, and Chode looks very worried that Pit is going to kill him, because he should. Yeah, this is more a knock on the current state of Build-A-Figures and not necessarily a knock on Chode. He could have been a little bit bigger, but does he scale well is the question. And he does scale well, so I can't be fully mad at how small he is. I just wish they made Build-A-Figures a little bit bigger. So, let's see if his design is fine. It looks like they reused the arms for the Abomination. They look like they used the Green Goblin legs for him. And then they just did a new head for him. It's fine. I understand we got to maximize those molds, especially for Build-A-Figures if you can. But yeah, I would have liked him to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, not, like I said, not completely disappointing, but definitely not the greatest. Let's see, how much range do we have in his elbow? Single jointed elbow. We can bend his bicep that much. He's not going to be able to squat for 2 reasons. One, his bicep is so big that he won't be able to actually reach his arms from the proper position. And 2, he only has the 1 elbow joint, so he wouldn't be able to bend any further anyway. He does have a swivel in his bicep though, so that's fairly decent. Bending the diaphragm, which is useless because of this belt in his waist. So I can't get any range out of it, so that was kind of pointless. He probably would have been better off with a different frame, but once again, they probably reused this from Abomination or from Green Goblin or something like that, so that's fine. Head actually has fairly decent range, better range than some toys, so he can actually look all the way up. He can look all the way down. Actually really good range on him, so he can actually, a lot of toys his size cannot look up or down. So do not follow him, Pit, you'll kill him. You'll kill him. That's the problem with Pit. His feet and ankles are trash, and that's partly because he's old, and it's also partly because he's super top heavy. But anyway, he has single jointed knees, so he can only bend back so much. He can get a, let's see, can he get a good 90 out of it? Just shy of 90, not quite, but just about there. And he has rocker in his ankle, and it can pivot. Not bad. I mean, you can get him to some big guy poses, make him look a little bit menacing, but he's not, once again, he's a big boy. You're not going to get him any dynamic poses outside of some general poses. The best best you can do is probably get him into a more menacing pose with some other figures that can do more dynamic stuff. So the question is, was he worth the trouble to collect all the figures to get? And the answer is no. This is one of those build figures that if I knew how small it would have been, I would have passed on it. I would have not spent the money to get the other figures that I needed to finish this figure. And once again, not a knock on Chode. It's just one of those things where I'm just kind of used to bigger figures, and I would like the figures to be bigger in stature instead of what we're currently getting. So Chode is definitely skip. If you can get it complete online super cheap, then do it if you didn't spend any money on the rest of the pieces. But yeah, this is not a must-have, even if you're a Build-A-Figure fan like I am. Anyway guys, I'll catch you in the next video, and